Welcome to the African Congress for Women and Youth Entrepreneurs that is being hosted here in Cairo and that brings about African figures from all over the African continent. Viva Egypt, Viva Africa. The African Congress for Women and Youth Entrepreneurs, under the theme of economic empowerment and entrepreneurship promotion for women and youth to realize the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, took place in Cairo. Also talking Africa's 2063 Development Agenda and Sustainable Development Goals, the conference comes in collaboration with the Afro-Arab Congress for Business and Professional Women. The conference tackles women empowerment as drivers of development and strives to foster enhanced economic participation and opportunities for women to fast-track Africa's transformation and sustainable growth. At the conference, individuals and organizations grow their network and also promote businesses. They also get inspired, motivated, and empowered by outstanding and leading women entrepreneurs as they share their stories, their experiences, and perspectives. Dr. Amania Asfour has contributed immensely to the empowerment of women in business during her career. In her capacity as president of the African Alliance for Women Empowerment, she works hard on empowering women in Africa, women as agents of change for social and economic transformation. Her Excellency Ambassador Mona Omar, regionally renowned career diplomat, former Assistant Foreign Minister for African Affairs, member of the National Council for Women, reiterates how dynamic women entrepreneurs are targeting new opportunities today. The conference also discussed women in manufacturing and industry, the role of stakeholders in economic empowerment of women towards realizing the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, and Africa's 2063 Agenda. Empowering women and trade and operationalization of Africa's Continental Free Trade Area is also on the agenda. Her Excellency Honorable Gertrude Mongella, Secretary General of the Beijing Conference for Women, first President of the Pan-African Parliament, spoke to Nile TV and said was happy to express her impressions from Egypt to the world. BPW International is a worldwide organization committed to networking among and empowering women worldwide. It serves as a forum for professional business women with branches in over 100 countries. Their economic empowerment and projects around the whole world promote equal participation of women and men in decision-making roles at all levels. Present was also Mr. Serine Diane, the Senior Economic Affairs Advisor, Office of the Special Envoy of the UN Secretary General for the Great Lakes region. Men has the most important role in achieving gender equality and promoting women empowerment initiatives.
Well, actually, this is the African Congress for Women and Youth Entrepreneurs under the theme of economic empowerment of women and youth and support of SMEs to meet the Sustainable Development Goals, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, and the Africa We Want, which is it's Agenda 2063 Development Agenda. The topic is really geared towards how we can empower the women, what are the factors that we need, how there is a public-private sector dialogue for support, how we empower the women, what is the policies needed, how we can transform our African products into value-added products, and that's why we have sessions about women in industry, she produces. We have sessions about the whole justice and inclusive economic empowerment, how we have financial inclusion, how we promote the Africa Continental Free Trade Area through a quality competitive product. So all this really, I call it under the triad of empowerment, which is personal empowerment program, policy advocacy, and product development.
Yes, definitely great theme, and we always love this sense of brainstorming and the sense of exposure, where we can see African women empowerment on solid grounds and in action at the conference. Well, knowing more also about the outcome, Professor Amani, you talked about a very interesting story and one of the sessions concerning women in industry, because as you know that the president is always encouraging women to be productive, also in decision making. So I'm sure that leadership and production is on top of the list.
Of course, because actually, when we have women in production, then we have manufacturing, industrialization, and that's what we really in the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Because under the flagship of AFCA, we need to have 1.3 billion people in Africa that will trade under one umbrella. And so, what are we going to trade? We need to trade an African product, a strong, a competitive, which is value added, and we have to empower our women really in industrialization and to see how we empower them and to do all the policies. One of the policies we are working on is government procurement, how they have the small medium enterprises owned by women to have at least 30% for all government procurement, and really it is implemented in Kenya. 30% of all SMEs owned by women, youth, and people with disability has 30% of the government procurement.
I think through this Congress we are taking the women to a new gate, actually, which is the free trade area, the free African trade area. And this is very important for the whole of the continent, but specifically for women, it has a meaning, because one of our problems was marketing the products of women. So now when we start functioning this free trade area, it will help a lot for women. And here in this Congress, we are encouraging and promoting the startups for women. So I hope that this will really be a good beginning and a good startup for all of us.
Throughout a distinctive career, Ambassador Omar, you've been contributing to the Egyptian-African relations throughout. And on top of the list also comes the area of women empowerment. Women empowerment today, Egypt took great strides under the leadership of President Sisi in that respect. How do you see the future of women empowerment, and what more do you think should be implemented in that respect?
Yes. What you said at the end, this is what I wanted to start with. More should be done for women empowerment. We are empowered. There is a big progress that happened during the last years of President Sisi, but it is not enough. This is not the ceiling for us. The ceiling is still too far. So we have to still work for having more women in leadership positions, for the empowerment of women in political arena, and this is not happening in Egypt. Actually, it's so many few women are really in this regard. We talk about the media and the press, how many women are really owning newspapers or TV channels. This is also missing a lot. We are happy with 29%, yes, at the parliament, because this is an improvement, but we are aiming for Rwanda's percentage, which is more than 60%. So still a lot the women in Egypt achieved with the support of the leadership, but we still have to get more.
I'm so happy to be in Egypt, this historic land, and it's not only historic in age, but it's also historic in action. So I'm so happy to be here, and I'm always happy to be back again and again, because this is where we have the civilization, the beginning of civilization of humankind. I would like to appreciate the hospitality rendered to us by the Egyptian people, and particularly the Egyptian women. Hardworking, empowering women from all levels of society. Women at all ages have been working in Egypt. Women from science, technology, name it, Egypt is great.
Egypt is great, and great women like you actually make a difference regarding women empowerment. Your wishes for more steps to be taken for women empowerment in Africa, while you yourself is an icon of women empowerment.
Thank you very much. We are working hard to make sure that we achieve the goals we inspired in Beijing of saying that human beings, men and women, not men alone, but men and women, we have to work together. We should leave no one behind.
I think the big vision of the new business council, chair of the African Business Council, is also the creation of an African free trade zone. We felt also in BPW with all our members that this transfer quite often among Africa and also with the other countries is not easy, and women specifically need to be supported to create their own businesses and their own careers.
The role of BPW International in order to bring women together, to foster women leadership, and also this sense of exposure, because we are always brilliant when we work together.
Absolutely. As a colleague of mine said recently, teamwork is dreamwork. And I think women are very good in working together, in doing things. And BPW International has was one of the aims is really to enforce the collaboration among the women, to help women grow, economically grow, and personally grow, which is not always easy and quite often neglected. But I think it's a very good part of our organization. We have now the team New Action Through Cooperation, because I personally believe that we only can go forward through cooperation, through partnership with other organizations, through a horizontal coordination in the organization we have. We are in almost 100 countries represented, so that is very important for us. And yeah, I hope it works out.
This is a very important issue. Empowering women, entrepreneurs, and women in general in Africa is an issue. In the Great Lake region where we work, we are trying at the UN to support women entrepreneurs and also to promote women participation in politics. It's very important. We have identified women as agents for change. If we want indeed to implement successfully the flagship program we have in the continent, such as the Continental Free Trade Area, we have to empower women so that they can have their seat and take all the opportunities provided by this flagship project in Africa. It is very important to empower women entrepreneurs, so that they can be drivers for change, drivers for sustainable development in Africa.
That was a glimpse of the African Congress for Youth Entrepreneurs as well as Women that has drawn the line and drawn more procedures taking place on the path of women empowerment, not only in Egypt, but also drawing this sense of cooperation between Egypt and Africa.